H.G. Tudor, and I'm enabling you to see a little more of the world around Tudor Towers as I talk to you about Harry's wife and posing the question, what's next? Yes, the coronation has come and gone. Harry's wife didn't attend, as we all know. Harry did, and I've explained in parts passim what all of that is about, what all of that means, what is appropriate in terms of how that is to be seen through the lens of her narcissism and him being a victim of her narcissistic control. But that would appear to be the major royal event of the year. As a consequence of circumstance and anniversary, we've had recently 3 major royal events. There was the Platinum Jubilee, where of course Harry's wife attended, and with the service of booing and the shushing of the colour. She was back again for the Queen's funeral, which gave us plenty of opportunity to analyse her behaviours and see her narcissism in full effect, including of course One Tear, Left Eye Go, and the Windsor Walkabout, and now the coronation. But given that there are no major royal events on the horizon, excepting some form of tragedy, I suppose, or a sudden marriage, what is likely to happen next? It doesn't appear that the royal family is going to be providing Harry's wife with any opportunities in terms of snubbing or attendance. And therefore, instead, is it the case now that she will stay quiet? Well, as we know, Harry's wife's narcissism invariably will not let her stay quiet. What it needs to do is cause her to obtain the prime aims. And ordinarily, it does that by leveraging off the royal family by basically smearing them, complaining about the way that she has been treated, and roping in Harry in all of that. Now, as a narcissist, she may well continue to try and make some mileage out of it, but one suspects that her advisors will do their level best to prevent her. Namely, 1, there are no major royal events that she can capitalise upon. 2, people are sick to the back teeth of hearing her slating the royal family and complaining about being a victim. And therefore, on that basis, it would be highly unlikely that we're going to see too much in the way of reference to the royal family moving forward. Some of you may therefore be thinking, okay, HG, does this mean that she's now going to shut up, go away, seek the privacy that she's always said that she's wanted? The short answer is no. Her narcissism must continue to drive her forward, and because she believes that she is this Empress of Woke, this Queen of the Universe, it means that although you're not going to have her utilising victimhood or the royal family as much as she once did, and possibly not even at all, it doesn't mean that she's going to disappear into obscurity. There remains an appetite amongst people for knowing what she's up to. She knows that, and the press knows this. The media knows this. They know that people will continue to read what is written about her. They will watch what is broadcast about her. And both her PR advisors and those that are not will continue to create information about her because it gets clicks and views. And thus, until the general public decides, I'm not watching, I'm not clicking, and they do so en masse, they are going to continue to pump out information and news about her. But what can they do? Well, Harry's wife will, as you know, utilise the PR puff pieces still, and she will continue, of course, to use those in the context of bringing up the past. So her wedding will be spoken about again, previous fashion instances will be brought up, awards that she's won will be brought up, the TIG will be mentioned again and again, and the possibility of there being a new TIG or a resurrection of it will also be something that will have reference made to it. But it's already started in terms of foreshadowing events and demonstrating that she's not going to go away anytime soon. Hello, for instance, prior to the coronation, was already talking about post-coronation activity. First of all, the fact that in mid-May, it's Mother's Day in the United States. This was being mentioned in the context of Harry's wife, of course, being a mother, and said in a way as if nobody else on the planet has ever been one. The fact that she happens to be a mother to Archie and Lilibet will of course be brought out and utilised in the context of US Mother's Day to make her seem kind, maternal, etc. And thus that was already being foreshadowed, and you can imagine that there will be some announcement via Archwell probably on that day as a means to seek the prime aims. There's also the fact that I think it's around the 16th of May she receives the award from Gloria Steinem about women in vision, which of course is entirely preposterous given her behaviour. But there will be press coverage, and Harry's wife purchasing another award will make use of this for the purposes of achieving prominence to get to the prime aims. Then there is another award, I think it's the Gracie Award, that comes out around about the 23rd of May, which is apparently for the shitfest and the clusterfuck that was Arsey Wipes. Yes, receiving an award for basically ticking off her grudge list. How extraordinary, but unsurprising. Thus, that provides her with another opportunity to issue press releases around that time. Then, of course, it's her wedding anniversary. I think that's the 19th of May, which provides yet another opportunity to say, look at us, still in love 5 years on. Whoa, what a happy day it was, bringing up the past. And notwithstanding the fact, of course, that old Ginger Bollocks continues to be devalued, there will be PR puff pieces pumped out to make them seem like the happy couple that they aren't. Accordingly, that's just May, and Hello was already at it as being a supine publication to foreshadow those 4 instances: US Mother's Day, the Women in Vision Award, the Gracie Award, and their wedding anniversary. Of course, lots of people have wedding anniversaries, but they aren't publicised in the way that Harry's wife has to have hers. Indeed, we don't really hear about the wedding anniversaries of Charles and Camilla, or William and Kate in the same way that Harry's wife goes about it, because they aren't thirsty in the way that she is for the attention that her narcissism drives her to seek. But Hello has already been doing the foreshadowing, and so therefore in terms of what next, we're not going to see her leveraging as much of the royal family, but she isn't going to go away anytime soon. What you're going to see is an attempt to rehabilitate her image, an attempt to cause her to be some kind of content creator, whilst looking at more commercial aspects linked to perhaps the resurrection of the Tig, trying to go down the Gwyneth Paltrow Goop route. In the meanwhile, more purchasing of awards, more attempts to manage the facade and make her seem like the kind and decent person that she is not. But all told, what's going to happen is that she's going to continue to be prominent, that she's going to continue to pop up on news media as people analyse what she does, and there's going to be further events that are going to be covered. And already there are at least 4 in May where she will be making some form of appearance. Now that she's had the cosmetic surgery, we're of course seeing more of her in the flesh, which provides more opportunity to analyse her, but also demonstrates, of course, that she's not going away. Accordingly, in answer to the question, what next? It's more Harry's wife, more facade management, more seeking of fuel, more assertions of control, more merching, but this time less to do with the royal family and more to do with her as an individual. Expect less of Harry. He won't be as making many appearances. His use is diminishing again and again and again as devaluation continues for him and disengagement beckons on the horizon. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.